Hello everyone and welcome on this new weekly market analysis video from Xtreme Trader. This is Salah speaking. So of course guys, you're all aware about what happened here, and as we can see, unfortunately almost all of the signals which we have sent last Saturday, of course, and last Tuesday did not work, as we can see. Now, of course, I'm not here defending myself, I'm not explaining myself, I'm not giving myself any excuses, but I just wanted to remind everyone that I told you on Thursday that we are having on Wednesday the FOMC statement news, which will hit the market and will change the direction. And then I wanted to release a late week analysis video, but seeing the news on Thursday was actually really terrifying. I mean, seeing the Australian dollar having the unemployment rate change, SNB policy rate for the CHF, pound monetary policy summary, retail sales and core retail sales for the United States, ECB press conference for the euro. I mean, all of these high impact news will definitely affect the market, and that's the reason, of course, I couldn't release the late week analysis video, because I felt like it's going to be useless. Then I thought to release a Friday analysis video, and then I saw the news coming on Friday. We had the flash services for the pound and for the USD pairs, and of course, usually this news can affect the market. Therefore, to save my reputation and to save my reputation, I just decided to not release also a Friday analysis video. So again, I just didn't want to release any videos and then explain myself about the news, because it's really boring and I feel like everyone already know about these things. So hopefully everyone here already aware about the fundamentals and how can actually they affect the technical analysis. So let's just take a look at the week ahead, and let's check right here on December 19. It's gonna be a good day for trading. I think there is not much news at all. However, on December 20, we're having the monetary policy statement for the Japanese yen, but I don't think this is gonna do any impact on the market. Also, on Wednesday, we are having the CPI for the CAD pairs at 5:30 p.m. Dubai time, 1:30 p.m. GMT time. This can affect actually the CAD pairs, but again, I'm not expecting actually much of impact on it. Then Thursday is gonna be good, and Friday is gonna be also good. Therefore, I think this week is gonna be really good for trading, and hopefully everything is gonna be going well. So, without further ado, let's now begin the weekly analysis, and of course, as usual, we will start with the Euro USD. Now, as we can see, the Euro USD has already reached the buy entry for which I have given already on Tuesday. The thing is, I don't feel comfortable about this trade at all. I don't feel good about this trade at all. Why? Because the market has already reversed from the take profit level, and as I'm telling you always, never ever enter any signal after it has reversed from the take profit level. If you see any signal went all the way without being triggered and went all the way to the take profit level and then reversed back to the entry, then no, don't ever place the buy order again. This signal is no more qualified. So therefore, let's now delete the old signal, and let's see now what we can do next with the Euro USD. So going to the weekly chart. Now the weekly chart here is actually explaining to us the reason why we should never consider buying the Euro USD at the moment. Number one, we're having here this resistance at 1.07515. So eventually the Euro USD has actually retested the broken level of a support right here, and we already have here a resistance number one, and the market has already formed another attempt of a resistance, makes it resistance number two. Not only that, but also if we check this pattern right here, we're having, my friends, here a real level of a resistance, and in the middle we had here a fake breakout. And as you can see, the market, the Euro USD, has actually made an attempt to break out from that level of a real resistance, but eventually has failed. And as you can see, the weekly candle has actually closed below the real level of a resistance, which means that most likely we are going to start shorting the Euro USD for the next week. So moving now to the daily chart. The daily chart also showing us here a very strong price action, indicates for a bearish reversal, and also the real level of a resistance right here has been broken out from, and currently this bearish candle, the red bearish candle, is already below the real level of a resistance by 25 pips at least. That means that most likely we are going to start shorting the Euro USD very soon. Moving now back to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, the first thing that we can notice here is the support trend line, as we can see right here. So we had here a support trend line which has been breaking out from exactly just like that. Support trend line, a support trend line, support trend line, another support trend line, and finally we had here the bearish breakout from that level of a support trend line. That means if we check this pattern right now, we can notice that we're having here a real level of a support, and then we had here a fake attempt of a support, and then again the same level of a real support has been respected once again, and then it has been followed later with that strong bearish breakout candle. Also, we can see right here that the market, after the fall or the breakout from the support trend line, has already went up right here and retested that level of a previous support trend line, and now it's the new resistance trend line, which means if we move right now to the smaller time frame, such as 30 minutes, we will see the retest. It happened right here. But we're actually going to start buying the shorting the Euro USD right on the second attempt of that resistance trend line. And back to the 4-hour time frame, I believe that since we are having here a previous resistance just right there, so this was of course a previous resistance, my friends. Therefore, we can actually expect from the Euro USD at the opening on Monday to fall back for a few more pips and then make a pullback upon the pressure from the previous resistance, and then it's going to continue the rise till it retests again the broken support trend line and to create the second attempt of a resistance trend line, which means, if I'm not mistaken, selling at 1.06099 is going to be our good entry. However, for the take profit level is going to be placed exactly right here, exactly at the nearest strong key support level to our entry, which is going to be at 1.05317, which means we're actually expecting to make actually more than that. We can actually make more than that. Let me just no, I don't want to push it. I don't want to push it at all. Yeah, that's what the setup is providing for us. The setup is actually telling us that we should keep the short order till the market reaches the nearest support level, which is going to be only 80 pips or even 77. And for the safe zone, it's going to be ranging just till the peak of the resistance right here, exactly at 1.06540, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 43 pips against, I would say, about 80 pips of take profit level. Moving to the pound USD, which again has failed, as we can see, and if I'm not mistaken, the pound USD actually was going in a profit. It has reversed almost from the same support trend line which I have drawn here, and was going in a profit of about 105 pips before this big fall. Let me just track the news. This big strong strong bearish candle happened on 15th of December. 15th of December. Let's just check the news. I think it was the monetary policy summary. 15, exactly. Yeah, monetary policy summary happened on 15th of December. Official bank rate as well. This news, of course, has affected the pound USD. Again, guys, don't think that I'm blaming the news. I'm not blaming them. I'm just explaining what happened here and just being fair to myself and to you as well. So let's now see what we can do next with the pound USD. So going now to the weekly chart, let me just delete the old signal. Going to the weekly chart right now, we can see that the market has eventually failed, of course supported by the news, to break out from that level of a strong resistance right here at 1.22775, which means that the pound USD is eventually going to continue the fall till it reaches that support right there, exactly. It was, let me just be sure, exactly right there at 1.19574. I'm not expecting from the pound USD to make any bullish reversal at the moment. That price action right here, these three candles that we can witness right now, indicates for a strong bearish reversal, especially the middle candle right here. This candle I usually trust it a lot. Once I see this candle appeared on a resistance level, it usually indicates for a bearish reversal, and you can actually trust it as a signature, as a sign actually, or a confirmation for the fall. Now going down to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, the first thing that we can see right here as well, similar to the pound, to the Euro USD, of course, is the breakout from that support trend line. and it seems to me like the pound USD is actually going to continue the fall till it reaches the very strong key support level right here at 1.19574. However, if we also check on the left side, we're having here a very strong key support level at 1.21306, and most likely the pound USD is going to make another attempt actually, or another reversal to retest that level before continuing the fall. Now moving to the 1 hour time frame. Now what I'm going to do actually, my friends, is using the trend lines. I need to use the trend lines just to confirm my entry. So therefore, what I will do actually, this is what we call the magic of trend lines. It's a video on my channel you can find. It's part 1 and part 2 videos. They actually explaining this strategy in details. So what you will do is simply draw your resistance trend line randomly from any high to any low, just like that. Sorry. And you can just, let me just make it accurate. And now you can actually drag the same resistance trend line and use it to trade on the pair for, actually you can say it permanently. Now we can see clearly how here the market has indeed respected the same resistance trend line which I have taken from here. It has been respected right there as well, and right there as well, as you can see the market respected that level, and even right here. Check this out. This is amazing, guys. Even here the resistance trend line has been respected, and it was actually a support trend line in the past. Now what we will do is simply zoom in again, zoom in, and now try to find the nearest resistance trend line, and based on it we're actually going to identify our entry. Now we can see clearly, yes, this is perfect. Now we can see clearly how the market has been respected the same levels. A resistance trend line, it became a resistance trend line, and then support trend line, and another resistance trend line, and again it became a support trend line for only one single attempt, and then finally the market has respected that level and created here a resistance trend line. We had here a fake breakout in the middle, we had another fake breakout, and eventually we can see that the market has indeed respected again that level as a resistance trend line. Now let's go deeper than that. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Now on the 15-minute time frame, we can see clearly that we're having here a support trend line as well, and now we can see that the market respected that support trend line for several attempts, and right here we can see the bearish breakout from that support trend line indicates that the pound USD is most likely going to continue the rise. First of all, it's going to be retesting the broken support trend line, and also second thing, it's going to be retesting or actually respecting the resistance trend line right here, which means we can actually start shorting the pound USD again, just to be precise, exactly right there. Exactly. This was, my friends, again on the 15-minute time frame, we can see clearly it was here a resistance, and it was also here a resistance, and we can see here the level, it was also a support. Also that level matches up along with our previous analysis that we can actually expect from the pound USD to continue the rise till it hit that level of a resistance trend line. Therefore, we're going to start shorting the pound USD exactly, let me just delete all these lines, exactly at this level at 1.21730, and the take profit level, however, is going to be placed just right there at the nearest resistance to our entry. Since we are actually placing our trade right here, it was also a previous support, so we can actually expect from the market to make a bullish reversal once it reaches that level at 1.20227. Sorry for the long explanation, my friends, but I'm just trying to be sure that everyone is going to be aware about how we are doing this analysis and to understand it very well. So again, 150 pips is going to be our take profit level, and the safe zone that shouldn't be ranging higher than the resistance right here at 1.22263, which means the safe zone is ranging for 54 pips against 150 pips of take profit. Moving to the AUD USD, guys, we took 14 minutes just talking about the pound USD and the euro USD. Therefore, I will try to be faster right now, hopefully to not make you bored with this video. Feeling bored, sorry, I mean. Anyway, deleting the old signal of the AUD USD, and the first side of the euro for the AUD USD is the broken level of a support trend line right here. We can see that on the 4-hour time frame we had here a support trend line which has been broken out from, and we can see already the retest. This is the resistance trend line number 1 has already happened. However, on the AUD USD, we can also notice right here that we are having a strong key support level as 0.66673, which means we can actually expect from the AUD USD to make a pullback. However, the retest this time is gonna be on this resistance trend line, as we can see right there. Check this out. So we are having here a resistance trend line. We can see how the market has eventually kept respecting that level of a resistance trend line, which means AUD/USD is most likely going to continue the fall, and then it's going to make another pullback, and it's going to be respecting that level of a resistance trend line, and afterwards it's going to continue the fall at least to reach that level of a support at 0.65850, which means if we go now to the 1 hour time frame, all we need to do right now is identifying the strong level of a resistance and a support. Now, as you can see right there, exactly, just right there. I need to be precise. Exactly. So we can see right here in the 1 hour time frame, we had here, of course, a broken level of a real support, and then we had here a real resistance, and then we had here the fake breakout, and again the same level of a real resistance has been again respected right here, which means we have to wait for the AUD/USD to rise again and touch the same level of a previous resistance. And as we can see, which means we have to wait for the market to just 9 pips only. Yeah, this is what the setup is providing for us. We have to follow it. This is what the setup is providing to us, my friends. Therefore, I need to adjust. Actually, yeah, that's gonna be reasonable. The take profit level is going to be exactly what, actually, you know something, guys, I forgot that I was analyzing on the 1 hour time frame. That's the reason I actually decided to make the take profit level very clear very soon. I thought I'm analyzing on the daily chart. That's the reason I actually selected this level as a take profit level, forgetting that I was on the 4 hour time frame, and I thought this is gonna be like 100 pips, but it's only 54, so it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that makes now more sense. The take profit level is gonna be about 105 pips. Meanwhile, the safe zone is not gonna be ranging higher than this level of a resistance as 0.67437, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 46 pips, and we can start shorting the pair after it rises for about 10 pips only. Let's now move to the USD CAD. Alright, so of course we cannot sell the USD CAD any longer. Let's now delete the old signal and let's see now what we can do with this pair. Now moving to the weekly chart. Again, the weekly chart shows us here a very strong bullish movement, and the market has actually been able to break out, actually to exceed that level of a support at 1.35167. And it seems to me like the USD CAD is actually going to continue the rise till it reaches the highest level of a resistance at 1.39619, which means we can actually expect from the pair to continue the rise for about 284 pips more to go. Now moving to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, the first thing that we can see actually is that level of a previous resistance, just like right here. Now what we can see, my friends, is that the market has already fell again. I mean, it has already fallen right here and retested that level of a broken resistance, and it continued the rise, which means it seems like this market is actually respecting that level of a previous resistance. I need to move to the 4 hour time frame just to see that exactly. Now check this out. We're having here that level of a previous support. It has been respected again right here, and this was actually a support number 1. And now actually we can say that the market might fall again to retest the same level and to create support number 2, but that's not gonna happen in my opinion. What we can actually expect right now, and using the support trend lines, check this out. So we are having here, of course, a real level of a support trend line, and we had in the middle a fake breakout, and then we can see the same level of a real support trend line has been respected. Now what we will do is simply drag the same line exactly just like this. Just like that, exactly. Now we can see how the market has actually respected that level of a support trend line, and right now we can actually expect from the USD CAD to fall again, and that level of a support trend line is most likely gonna be respected again. Now moving to the 1 hour time frame. Now on the 1 hour time frame, we can see clearly that we're having here already a support number 1. This one right here. We had here a broken level of a resistance, as we can see right here, my friends. This was, of course, a real level of a resistance. We had here in the middle 1, 2, and 3 fake breakouts. However, the real level of a resistance was at 1.36619. Therefore, I am expecting actually upon the pressure from the resistance right here at 1.36960 for the USD CAD to fall again and respecting the same level of a support trend line, and also to create the second attempt of the support right here, which means back to the 4-hour time frame. If we check on the left side, my friends, we can see how strong this level was as a support in the past as well. So I don't have actually any doubt on this. The USD CAD is most likely going to continue the fall for about, I would say, 32 pips before we can start buying it. And the take profit level is going to be placed right here at the resistance at 1.38048, which means we're actually expecting to make approximately 143 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone is going to be ranging just a little bit below that level of a support right here and respecting the edge of that support at 1.36071, which means the safe zone is going to be about 55 pips against 143 pips of profit. Moving now to the USD/JPY, which shouldn't actually take a long time to explain. Actually, I'm expecting from the USD/JPY to start the fall as soon as the market opens on Monday. In my opinion, my friends, this is actually a perfect setup for me, and I am personally going to enter this trade as soon as the market opens on Monday. I mean, seeing on the 4-hour time frame, the resistance level right here, which becomes a support for only one single attempt, and the market has instantly broke out from that level of a previous support, and right now the USD/JPY, upon the pressure from that support right here, is going to continue the rise, and that level of a resistance is most likely gonna be respected once again. This is really typical setup for me, and I usually trust it, and it actually does work, and it does bring me a lot of profits. Therefore, based again on the daily chart, we can notice how the market has actually here made a bullish price action actually, but as you can see, upon the pressure from the resistance right there, this level of a resistance right here exactly at 137.608, the market has actually fallen, and most likely right now is going to continue the fall at least to reach that level of a support right here at 134.694, which means we can actually sell the USD/JPY almost right there, exactly right here. And pay attention, my friends, if we want to check the back history of the chart, we can see right here we had a resistance, and a fake breakout number 1, fake out number 2, fake out number 3, and then we can see how the market has always been respecting that level as a real resistance. I'm not sure how it looks on the left. Let me just take a look. Let me just memorize the level, 136.927. Check this out. On the left side again, we can see how the market has always been respecting that level as a resistance. Even right here, it was a real resistance right here, and we can see the fake breakouts. Continue the scroll, and oh my god, check this out. It was indeed a very strong key resistance level. So that's enough. I think we have checked the history, and it has confirmed that this level is indeed a very strong level as a resistance. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to check something, guys. I'm checking this right in front of you. Exactly. We can see how we had here a resistance trend line number 1, number 2, and we had here the fake breakout. The market actually was supposed to create here a support trend line, and actually it has failed, and right now it's gonna continue to rise again, and most likely that level of a resistance trend line is gonna be respected. Yes. I have no doubt about the USD/JPY. I think it's gonna be a wonderful signal again, guys. In Forex, there is no such thing as 1 + 1 = 2. So we're doing the best we can. We're just analyzing logically. And it seems to me like the USD/JPY is going to be good to be short exactly from that level. So therefore, if it has failed, so please just understand, guys, that it's just not mandatory that every setup you are planning is gonna work. So therefore, the safe zone will be ranging for about 69 pips against a take profit level, which is gonna be 223 pips only. Moving now to the USD/CHF, which is actually providing to us a very great setup to be bought. This is actually a strong buy signal for me, and again, this is going to be another signal that I will personally enter on Monday if it's possible. So we are seeing right here a strong key support level exactly appeared on 0.93219, and we can see that the market has finally made here the bullish breakout from that resistance, and we can see right here that this previous support has actually been respected again, and the market went right here actually and reversed and created here a resistance. But keep in mind, we had only a single attempt of a resistance, and the second attempt, it has of course failed, and the market just kept rising and breaking out from that level. Now moving to the daily chart. Again, daily chart showing here, my friends. Trust me, this is actually one of the good and really trusted setups. Just like that, I want to be sure. I have to be sure, guys. I need to make sure that everyone is gonna make good and decent profits with my signals. Therefore, just let me just check on the left side just to be sure. Okay, let me just tell you what I'm trying to be sure of. I want to find the real and the fake attempts of a support. So we can see right here, we had here a real level of a support, then a fake breakout, and again the same level of a real support has been respected. We can see here a real level of a support, and then a fake breakout number one, fake breakout number two. So therefore, I think this level is quite strong level. It was a strong resistance as well. I want to make sure, yes indeed, right here also it was a very strong key support level. So going back to the current time and the current candles, we can confirm actually that we can safely, and hopefully it's going to be a good trade, to buy the USD CHF after it falls for about 26 pips upon the pressure from the previous support right here, and 0.93148 is going to be the good level to start buying this pair. However, the take profit level is going to be placed just right here at 0.94271. The reason is, this is of course, my friends, the nearest strong key resistance line, resistance level to our entry. Not to mention, of course, that we also had right here a resistance trend line. Check this out. So that resistance trend line has actually been breaking out from, and as I have told you in the video of identifying the direction of the market, we can actually expect from the market to continue the rise till it reaches that level of resistance, which is going to be actually the normal movement for the market. Therefore, we can actually expect to make approximately 114 pips profit from this signal, and a safe zone that shouldn't be ranging lower than this level of a support as 0.92571, which means the safe zone actually should be less than that. Yes, the safe zone is ranging for about 54 pips, I would say, against 112 pips or 13 pips of profit. And let's now move to the gold. All right, so of course the gold, we have to consider about the gold right now, my friends. It's a bit tricky right now, but again, I think we can continue shorting the gold, but however, we need to short it only on the right time. So when is the right time exactly? Let me just tell you something. If we go right now to the weekly chart, we just need to track the gold one by one. So right now we can see clearly that we had here a previous support level, and it became a resistance. However, the gold actually moved in a bullish movement last week, and we all expected from that support level to be respected. However, the gold eventually has just created here a tail in the bottom and wick at the top, which means there was actually a strong pressure from the buyers and the sellers, which means that most likely, since the market has actually closed as a red candle below that level of a resistance at 1800, and as I'm telling you always, 1800 is always a critical level. Always 1800, 1600, 1700, 1900. These levels, guys, are always critical. If the market has actually closed below that level of a resistance, it most likely means that the gold is gonna continue the fall. That being said, going back to the daily chart, now we can see clearly that we are having right here, let me just delete this zone right here. Now we can see clearly that we had right there exactly, what is it? Exactly right there. We had here actually a real level, let me just be sure and very precise. Yes, we can see clearly that we had here a real level of a resistance, real level, and a fake breakout, which means the gold most likely is going to continue the rise till it reaches that level of a real resistance, and after that is going to continue the fall. Another thing I want to mention is this candle in the middle, and since we are actually on the daily chart, this candle right here, guys, especially this price action entirely in general, usually indicates for a bearish reversal. And I'm telling you something, this candle right here is really my favorite. Once I see this candle on a resistance zone, it usually the confirmation that we can start shorting the market. And check this out, it happened indeed. The gold has fallen for about 332 pips right after the appearance of this candle. And I think that the gold is eventually gonna continue the fall, even though the market has made here a bullish pullback. Still, I believe the gold is gonna continue the fall after the upon the pressure from that real level of a resistance. However, if we sell the gold, then most likely the target has to be placed right here, my friends. Let me just be sure. Going back to the 4-hour time frame, yes, that level of a strong key support level at 1765.55, which means we are aiming approximately 390 pips profit from the signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone is going to be ranging just a little bit above the fake breakout happened right here at 1825.90. But again, keep in mind, if the gold has actually been able to rise above 1810 or 1815, then it means that the gold is most likely going to continue the rise, and you don't even need to wait for the gold to exceed the safe zone if that happened. Anyway, we will be shorting the gold exactly just right there. Let me just be sure. I want to be accurate, guys, as much as possible. Yes, I'm now on the 1-hour time frame, and we can see right here the real level of a resistance. Then we had here the fake breakout, and then the same level of a real resistance has been respected. It became a support for just 2 attempts, and instantly we had here the bearish breakout from that level. Yes, indeed. Another good signal, I think. We have to wait for the gold to rise for about 114 pips before we can start shorting it. And the safe zone will be ranging for about 209 pips against 386 pips of profits. And there goes the signal, my friends, for the USD pairs and for the gold for this week. Hopefully, guys, it's going to be a really good week, and hopefully it's going to be profitable to everyone. Again, I want to remind everyone about the high impact news, of course, and the fundamentals and the unexpected news and announcement from the world leaders. These news, guys, can always change the direction of the market and can affect it. And again, trade wisely. Just because this signal came from Xtreme Trader doesn't mean at all it's going to be 100% in profit. Always be sure that you are trading wisely and you are actually considering that every signal you're opening, it might actually fail, or actually every trade you're opening, it might fail, and therefore be ready to recover with the next trade. Until then, I hope that is informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.